This next lecture will be about the French arrival in North America. All of the English arrival and colonization will be in the next lecture, but AP does want you to kind of generally know about the other major colonizers. So, for the why for the French. First is, obviously now, remember they're behind the Spanish. Obviously, France and England know that there is the major obstacle called North America to the travel west to get to Asia. So the French really aren't super interested in colonizing North America so much as finding what is known as the Northwest Passage. They believed that with all the rivers and things that there would be some kind of way through North America to Asia. That was the hope. And so a lot of the French explorers that were sent over explicitly to find this Northwest Passage. We know now that it doesn't exist. You cannot take rivers through North America, but that's what they were looking for. In the process of looking for that Northwest Passage, you see this guy here, the beaver. They realize that there are copious amounts of animals with beautiful fur that then becomes in high demand in Europe. So the fur trade becomes kind of their secondary reason to be over in North America, was trapping animals like the beaver for their pelts to sell back in Europe where they went for a lot of money. So the where. You can see here the blue is France. They mostly settle in what is Canada. Mostly it follows where they're exploring is the St. Lawrence, and you'll want to get down these river names. It's along the St. Lawrence River, and that kind of comes in through Quebec and Montreal, down into the Great Lakes, and then they claim down the Mississippi River down to New Orleans, so west of the Appalachians, the Great Lakes area. So again, they're kind of staying close to those major bodies of water because again, they're looking for that Northwest Passage. They're looking to keep traveling. So the main explorers, the first one was Cartier. Cartier was the first one kind of commissioned by the King of France. Cartier was sent in. He explores along the St. Lawrence and into the Great Lakes, and he claims kind of that northern part that is today Canada. Again, he's looking for the Northwest Passage. Champlain, if you've heard of Lake Champlain in New York, is named after him. Champlain was sent later, and he claims the area that you can see kind of as it heads south along the Mississippi west of the Appalachians, that whole blue area. So those are the two most famous main explorers. Political impact. Again, because they're mostly exploring for that passage, you don't get huge settlements. Their settlements are very small, rather than kind of these large plantations like the Spanish, or cities and towns like the English try to set up. They're small forts, not huge settlements. So politically, they're much different. They are not kind of as established as the English. The social fabric. Again, there's very few women, very few children. Because they are traveling through and because they're interested in the fur trade, the French are the nicest to the Native Americans. They treated them as trading partners. They create a lot of alliances with the Native Americans. They're obviously not saying that they're angels, but AP will ask this, and it's generally the French had the best relationships because they treated the Native Americans as trading partners rather than a people to enslave, for example. Religious is part of that counter-rhetoric.